Good morning out there, everybody. I'm your host, Alan. Thanks for tuning into the drive this morning. Well, the president addresses the American public last night. Victor Wembanyama of the San Antonio Spurs becomes the first player in Spurs history to record two back-to-back 40-point game double-doubles. Incredible performance by him, and an awful gang-related drive-by shooting in Brooklyn, New York. Those and many more stories this morning on the drive. Let's jump right into this thing this morning. Well, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thanks for tuning into the show. Appreciate all of you stopping by on the drive this morning. Well, the president addressed the United States last night and the citizens of America, but I'm going to tell you right now, we're sick of being lied to. Over and over again, we hear these things about the war is coming to, it's going to be over with quick, and we're annihilating the opponent, and all of these things like this. But we, as an American public, we're not stupid. I know yesterday was April Fool's Day, but none of us are going for it. If the war is over with, why are we steady sending troops over there? If the opponents have been demolished and completely destroyed, why are we sending people over there? If the American economy is going to rebound, doesn't show any signs of it. If gas prices are going to rebound, doesn't show any prices of it. Over and over again, the president continues to tell us stuff that unless you're just somebody who's naive and just because you may have voted for him, then and you can't see that all of this stuff that's going on, we've got enough problems going on here in America, and we will touch on that, than to be worried about what's going on over in Iran. Now, the craziest part to me is when the president first started his address off, he started talking about Barack Obama and Barack Obama's getting money out of all of the banks to give to Iran, and what a poor deal. Nobody wants to hear that. Barack Obama is no longer the president, but you, as the president of the United States, you have the lowest approval rating of any president in this time in their second seat. So, and I'm not just making this up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not making it up. I'm not Republican or Democrat. I know they're all full of it. But the truth is, if you look at it, 56% of Americans do not like the war, and the president's approval rating is down. He rambles on and on again and takes pride in all of the bloodshed that's going on over there. So once again, you can vote for Trump. You can be a Trump supporter. You can want to make America great again, or whatever, however you feel. But the truth about it is, the American public is sick of being lied to. Over and over again, we're being lied to, and we're expected to believe in it. I mean, some of the things that are really simple, like saying that the gas prices are going to go down. The damn Strait of Hormuz is not open. But even more than saying that, we don't even get the majority of our oil from over there. So what is this all about? People are being affected in ways that we can see. You can see it when you pull up to the gas pump. So to come out and tell us that, oh, it's almost over with and the leaders over there have been destroyed. Well, damn, every time I turn around, it's a new leader. He's saying, the president is saying that, oh, yeah, they're giving up. Their soldiers are giving up, and they want a ceasefire. But then in the same day, they come back and say, no, they haven't talked to the president. They haven't talked to him. So somebody's lying, ladies and gentlemen. But once again, the American public is definitely sick of all of the mess that's going on and all of the lies that continue to get told to us. Bring the troops home. Now, we would hope that it was over. We would hope that the president isn't lying. Don't get me wrong. We hope with 100% authenticity that he's being authentic about what he's saying. We do want the war to be over with. We don't want them to have weapons of mass destruction. But ladies and gentlemen, we've got problems of our own. We've got problems of our own. Like last night in Brooklyn, New York, a 7-month-old baby was killed as the family's out taking a walk, and two gang members, one right up on a moped, and just by a stray bullet hit the baby in the, you know what. So those are problems that we got. We got more American citizens that are getting killed here on our soil than are getting killed over there in the war. So we've got our own problems. That is a very tragic story that happened last night. So stories like that, we want to come to an end. We want stuff like that to be corralled here in the United States. The gun violence, so much gun violence that is going on. We're too worried about the NBA player who got suspended for talking about the LGBT community than we are the other real problems and issues in the United States of America. So you're going to hear me say it on this show. Some of the things need to stop, but the American public is no longer going for the nonsense that goes on. Now, before we move on to the next segment, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to need you to hit the like and subscribe button. I need you to hit the like and subscribe button. I appreciate it if you would hit the like and subscribe button. For all of my subscribers out there, continue to stick with me. I really appreciate it. For you new subscribers out there, we do a daily show. Sometimes we come on, we do the drive every morning, and then in the evening time, we come on and we do a series in the evening time, the evening drive on your way home. And once again, these videos are brought to you by me, D9J Sports, where we train some of the top quarterbacks, not only in the state of Texas, but some go on to be rated as some of the top quarterbacks in all of America. Well, ladies and gentlemen, last night, the NBA, ladies and gentlemen, Victor Wembanyama, ladies and gentlemen, is proving that he's more than just a 7-footer, ladies and gentlemen. This dude can play some basketball. So let me get to it here. So last night, and the Spurs, they continue to win. They continue to win. They're in a playoff hunt, and they're going to be looking at their chances to get to the NBA Finals. Well, last night, Victor Wembanyama, yeah, he is unstoppable. He becomes the first ever Spurs player with back-to-back 40-point double-doubles. Okay. Last night, Victor Wembanyama had 41 points, 18 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 blocks in only 29 minutes. As the San Antonio Spurs All-Star became the first player in the franchise history to do this with those consecutive back-to-back doubles in their 127-113 win over Golden State. Now, for me as an old school person, the first thing I saw when I noticed it was 127-113. Man, they're not playing no defense at all. So this is just another case, man, where you see players, foreign-born players are taking over. Victor Wembanyama is in a hunt for MVP. We know the Canadian sensation, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, is up there. You got guys like the former MVP, the Joker, Nikola Jokic. So these foreign-born players are getting it done. They are the top players in the NBA. And we've got guys like Ja Morant. Ja Morant's fell off, ladies and gentlemen. Let me stop. Ja Morant's fell off. I meant to say Anthony Ant-Man Edwards, who's a phenomenal player, and the torch, I guess, was seemingly passed to him. But ladies and gentlemen, no, and I do not want to forget about Luka Doncic of the Los Angeles Lakers. So those right there, Doncic, Wembanyama, and the Joker and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander are the top players in the NBA. I don't know of any other players and I don't want you to start telling me about LeBron and all of them, because LeBron James is an older player. He's on his way out of the league. And we know that the great Steph Curry is there. But these players like this, new faces of the league, the foreign-born players, are really, really getting the job done. What an incredible performance by this young man. And hopefully he can keep it up. I'm excited because when I first saw Wembanyama come in, I thought, man, he needs to pick up some weight, but the dude can. When you've got 41 points, you got 18 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 blocks, you balling out of control. I don't give a damn what era you're playing in. When you get that many points, that many rebounds, and that many blocks, you're balling out of control. So Victor Wembanyama, heck of a performance by him last night. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep this thing rolling. Artemis 2. I've done this video on it yesterday. Artemis 2. What an incredible takeoff by them. It was great for them. So, man, that's a long way to be away from home, man. And the question is now, will they be able to sustain? Will they be able to make that trip around the moon so they can get those backside photos? So those are some things that are going on around. And definitely want to thank you for tuning into the drive. this morning. Hope you have an incredible day out there. And just remember things in America. American citizens, man, we are sick and tired. We are sick and tired of being lied to by our government. And once again, we've got enough things going on here in America to be worried about than to constantly be worried about everybody else and what they're doing. So tomorrow we're going to dedicate a show to the farmers out there, because the farmers out there definitely deserve to get talked about, because the farmers out there are the ones who are suffering the big brunt. I mean, I know that we all are, but the farmers, with this war that's going on, they're not, you can see it now, but the food prices are going to constantly rise. And we want to definitely make sure that we let them know, all the farmers out there know, that we are really concerned about them and what they've got going on. Because one thing for sure, ladies and gentlemen, you can't survive if you don't have anything to eat. Once again, this is Alan. I'm your host. Thanks for stopping by on the drive this morning. Really appreciate it. Have a safe, peaceful, wonderful day as we get closer and closer. Some of us only have one more day today to go. A lot of us have a 3-day weekend for the Easter holiday. Have an incredible day. And remember, when you get to work, you know the motto here. You're just there to get your check. Don't pay them any attention, because before it's all over, they won't be able to get to work either, because they won't be able to afford the gas just like you. I'm definitely OUT.